Welcome along to qualifying for this week's GP event, and it's not just you joining, it is my biggest fan. Yeah, awful. Welcome along to the Williams Team Series event. We've already provided you with the strategies to follow for your GP this week so far, and we've got the weekend guide coming up on Friday. But in big breaking news, it is today the new exhibition and new pit pass, and Hutch have released a new boost in the game for players to get their hands on. The only problem is at the moment you have to pay for the pit pass to be able to get that boost. I wish it was available to more players. But first of all, if you go to your club section, because of the new pit pass, you can now claim a load of coins. So you can do it up to 10 times. Might not be as much as this because I am in Series 12, but you can go and get, I'm going to get 520 million. It's great. So make sure to do that. That is from people who purchase the pit pass in your club. And then we look at the boost. So in the pit pass premium, we have the surf boost. Yes, surf's up, dudes. We have now got a new boost on the waves. And it looks like it's going to be a very, very good one as well. Race start of 25, that is huge. Power unit of 20, even bigger. Well, not over 25, but you know what my point is. And then tyre management of 5. This is one of the most perfect boosts to go with your power unit circuit. So race start can be used everywhere. Do a good power unit. Now there's tracks like Bahrain, Silverstone, tracks like Miami, where this little bit of extra tyre is going to come in so handy, and this is going to be a boost to get your hands on. Like we said, it is in the pit pass. As we go into here, you can see Timeless is in there, and currently in the premium, it is at number 4 in there as well. Could be in future ones as well. There you go, number 8 as well. So players premium will get the hands on. Sadly, players who don't have premium, hopefully we can get some free ones out to you at some point. So let's get into it. We've been waffling enough. It is the Williams Team Series event, and race 1 is overtaking and speed. Who are we running in race number 1? We have got the speed set up with a little bit of qualifying. We've got the drivers of Max Verstappen, and we're going to go for Alex Albon, who's going to have very good qualifying and okay on the race start too. But let's give it a go. Here we go. It is time for Baku. It is time for race number 1. Can we score maximum points in this qualifying round from the main account? So here we go then. First race up, and it is advantage team score to ourselves. Can we get the job done here in Baku? Pretty difficult race start in this circuit, so I might change the boost that I use, because even with the best race start, you don't really get anywhere sometimes. Where do we qualify? Alex Albon is going to take P10, with Verstappen, our second driver, taking P13. So soft and mediums. We should be able to just use Street Shark on both, but what I'm going to do is Albon should get decent start anyway, so I'm going to come down to Eternal Flame, and we are going to choose that one instead. Let's go. So the reason for that is Albon's not great on tyres. He should be okay, though, at this circuit. But I'm going to make it a little bit better, and I'm going to use that boost. Now, the rival has got a good start with Lando Norris. He's already up to P12, it looks like. So, great start at this track for the bot. Now, we've got to just continue pushing, or what I like to do is continue pushing on the first lap, use all the power unit, conserve down the straight. This is where your race start is going to take a big advantage. And you can see already Alex Albon has moved himself into P1. Verstappen now coming into the final part for the straight, and now we can conserve down. So Verstappen's speed should be a lot quicker. Just for you at home, the speed for around the AI, Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, is around 211. We are running 260 something, so we should be very quick and be able to catch these up no problem. You can see ahead of us, Verstappen has Perez, the Ferrari, and Albon ahead. Obviously, Albon boosted 10%, so you're going to expect his AI to be running pretty quick as well, as now we move up to P4. Albon is absolutely clear out in the lead of this race. Verstappen already up to a solid 22% on his power unit, gaining it back all the time. Here comes Checo Perez with a move, and that is because the front runners are all on softs, so a little bit faster than us, but that's okay. We are going to be faster in the second half of this race. It's all to play for at the moment as we settle down on lap number 3. We can see the Williams in P2. There's no drama there. Absolutely fine. Albon pits. Now, Verstappen, P4, has P3 and P2 to come into the pits this time round, and we are now ahead. So Verstappen, P2, just going to gain some power unit back down this straight, and then we're going to push. The reason we're going to push straight away is because whilst they're coming out on slower tyres, look, the hard tyres, we are going to absolutely push and make advantage of being on a quicker tyre. Ideally, you want some power unit left for when you go onto the softs, but for me, it's going to be use it all now, and hopefully the overcut is going to absolutely do brilliantly here at Baku. So as we go down the straight, we will enter the pits. Where is P3? Coming round the final corners before the straight, and now we should have initiated the overcut. And that is exactly, look at the gap. We came in, we went past them when we were P4 and they came into the pits. Look at the gap. We've got a whole straight ahead of us. And pretty much, it is now time to cruise. P1 and P2 potentially in the bag. And now we've got to chill, because we should have the job done. Now, if you are watching this, let me know this weekend, which GP are you entering? Please do let me know. Always interested. Let me know what you entered last week. Let me know what you entered this week. So, for example, Junior last week, Challenger this week. That is what I want to know. I want to still, every week, I like to see if you are improving or if you are moving up, going lower. It's just always so good to see. Now, lap 6 is almost complete. We will have one lap to go, and this is a very, very good start. Verstappen just coming round as well, this part of the straight where you can gain so much power unit back, and we are going to be clear. We are good half the track clear off this spot, which is the perfect start. That's what we need. We need some nice, smooth, easy racing. Might be a little bit boring for you, but I tell you what, it don't matter if you score 188 points. So Albon and Verstappen can come round to complete. Rivals back in the pits from P5. Going to come out in what looks to be P7. They should gain that 2 places back though. Wouldn't surprise me. And we're going to come home in a beautiful position as we come down the straight for the team to take P1 and P2. Max Verstappen there as well. Beautiful racing for this first race here in Baku. Job done. That is what we need. Job done. Just 3 more races to go. So we'll wait for the rival to finish. And if you're just joining us, what we always do is we always show you who we were against, what setup they are running, what drivers they are running, just so you can see the comparison as to what we was up against. P6, P9, they come home. And we'll flick to the debrief screen. But a very, very easy, overcut perfected strategy in that one. 1404, we've got Leclerc level 4, Norris level 4, and it was a speed setup, not far off, only 2 lower than ours. So good job, first race in the bag. Race number 2 then, we've changed our setup to the power unit setup. We've got our drivers in 1378 team score, so the team scores are working in our favour so far. But you know what could happen, it could really go against us in the final 2. Now you never know. This circuit does have a chance of some extreme heat, so we're going to have to watch the tyres, but we're also going to take a tyre boost into this race. We have skipped out Verstappen and put Norris in for the race start. Now I am going to go, at the moment, softer mediums, because I feel like with the frost boost, we should have enough to still be able to do that strategy, and let's find out. So Frost still does give us race start power unit. Max Verstappen doesn't have good race start. That's why we got rid of him. And now we're going to set away. And this track is so good for race starts. It's that good that already we lead the pack away in Miami. And it is into P1 and P2. I mean, this circuit has always been one of them tracks where you can get an absolutely unbelievable start, even if you're from the back of the grid. Now, we are against a bot here, which means they weren't pushing off the start. They were never going to make the places up that we kind of had. So you've got to be pushing. I mean, Miami is such powerful race start. You've got to take your drivers. Don't worry too much about qualifying. You can absolutely come through the field. Now, it is 35 degrees. You can see that right here on the screen. So what we're going to actually do here is not push too much. And we're going to just make sure that we can get this one-stop strategy. Usually what I do is empty the power unit straight away. What we've actually done is conserved. And you can see there's a few cars behind on soft and mediums. So all we're going to do is just look after. We might go to hards. We might stay on the one-stop. No point doing the two-stop. Albon is closing us quite dramatically. Obviously, he's got that 10% boost this week. So he's coming with us. And we're already about to start lap number 3. And we're actually quite clear with Norris. Now, I am going to just protect and go on to hards because of the temperature. And make sure that we can absolutely do this strategy, no problem. We've got no point in risking this at all. So we're going to push Norris all the way in. I could probably go mediums. I'm going to go mediums, and I'm not going to have to push him at all in this final stint, I expect. Albon will do another lap. He'll move on to softs. And I could go mediums again. I think I'll be fine. But again, just watching out for the heat. The good thing is, on lap 3, when we're in this kind of position, we push Norris really hard because it could trigger a safety car. Luckily, this time it hasn't, which means we are safe with Albon. So I will probably just go to mediums. Do I? No, I should have enough to go softs and just cruise. So Norris will now cruise. Albon, 4 laps, pretty tough on the mediums, only just gets there. But we should be that much clear that we shouldn't have an issue anyway. It is Albon onto mediums as well in P5. And now we can push just a little bit. But we are superbly clear right now. So Albon we push down. The straight we go. And we'll come back onto softs, but shouldn't have to push at all again. Should be able to cruise it. As you can see, Norris is on 70, pretty much 76%. And he's only just got to the finish line for that lap. So he's running 25% a lap. But luckily, Albon is quite far back. And the same for Albon now. We will just cut back down into medium. And hopefully, it's going to be a very boring end to race number 2. That's exactly what we need. When we do the free-to-play racing, it's going to be a lot different, which hopefully we will have for you tomorrow. Because obviously free-to-play is a lot more challenging than currently what these races are. But 2 laps to go. In Miami. Looking good. Looking like an ex-Max Verstappen rampage from previous years, this is. But we're well clear. P3. It's about 7 seconds back on the mediums. Now, the good thing about the AI is that AI don't have the ability to push, conserve. They just basically stay on mediums, it feels sometimes. As you can see on our car, look, we can see when we're pushing with the trails coming out the back of the rear tyres. But for us, we don't have to worry too much because that doesn't appear. 1 lap to go. Lando Norris is going to be okay on tyres. He's at 30%. Albon is going to be absolutely fine on softs. You can see he has got 45% left, so we might just kick him into gear for a bit of fun. Norris can actually get to the end as well here, nice and easy, but we will just cruise. We'll bring these two together. But on the day that the new exhibition and the new pit pass is launched, the new boost of the surf is coming and looks to be available in the summer break GP coming up. And I think it's next week. Some new changes on the horizon. But we're going to be good to go in race number 2. 33 degrees. We are looking pretty solid. We crossed the line for Alex Albon, Lando Norris. It's P1, P2, with the rival quite far back then, over in P11 at the moment and P16. But an easy bot for us to come and take. I mean, that's our luck for you, but that luck could completely change in races 3 and races 4. We'll find out. We will find out very shortly. P11 for Hamilton for the rival, P16 for Piastri. Might just sneak P15. He doesn't. So, let's show you what this rivals setup was. As always, comparing the rivals, I mean, you're going to see it quite a lot lower, I feel, here as well. So, drivers, level 3 Hamilton, level 5 Piastri. Obviously, Albon giving us that big boost. Look at Albon, 96Q. Impressive. And the car, yeah, wrong setup. 153 power unit. It's all about power unit at Miami, and that is what you need to as well. Here we go then, race number 3, and it's a bit closer to our team score, 1-4-6-0 for the rival, so a little bit closer compared to the previous 2 matches that we have faced. We're heading off to the Circuit of the Americas and Austin, and it's race start and power unit exactly like it was in Miami. We're now going to look at probably still doing Frost and try and do that free soft for medium and alternative as we race. So we're going to go on to Frost, and we're going to try and see if we can get these tyres in a very nice position. So straight away, hard tyres looks like a bot, but could be famous last words. No boost used by HHH, so expect this is a bot, and should be the case. But Alex Albon has got away nicely. Lando Norris has not. He's only got to P10, but he can now start motoring through these bends and is now up to P8. So Norris has now managed to get some room back. He's up to P7. Make that potentially P6. Albon will be fighting Albon. Here comes the rival. We're going to just keep pushing at the moment because we want to stay ahead. How slow is Alex Albon going out front? He is absolutely holding us up. But again, we're still ahead of the rival. Double overtake move as well. And we are now into P1 and P3. Another dive by the rival. Comes into P3. Tyres should be okay here. Especially that's why we take the Frost boost. To give us that extra little bit of tyres. But we're still pushing. Rival still pushing as well. We need to just be careful on Norris, I feel. Because he's on 55%. And the rival has just come past us on hard tyres. Make of that what you will. And yeah, we've got to be very careful now with the tyres. Albon, P1. Norris, P3. And it's a pit stop already for the soft tyres of Albon. So we'll come back round. Still got another lap to go with Albon. I mean, Albon is clear. Absolute clear here. He's going to go on to mediums and he'll be cruising to the end. Norris is going to be quick at the end of this race. He will do softs no problem at all. But hard tyres, not really been able to catch too much right now. Albon ahead of us. And he pits. Can we jump ahead of the rival? Yes, we can. So on to softs for Lando. Little bit harder work than we expected in this race. But rival in P4 still has to pit. So does the hard tyres. Frost on the softs should get us there. No problem at all. So that should be absolutely fine. And we've got Albon just literally cruising out front. Norris has got near enough 100% power units to go attacking with. That's going to be very tasty. And now we can come into pits with Norris. Albon continues. It's going to be a race in the pit stops. As the rival comes in as well. There they are. And we've beat them out ahead into P3. Got to now close down this rival. Who is in P2, but not a lot of tyres left. That could come into our advantage. I do also want to see what sort of lap time Austin gives, because I'm unaware of the lap time that this track gives. So I am going to try and do a full push here. We are going to be clear, so it's absolutely fine to do. Our tyre management, well, we'll soon find out if it's good enough or not, as the rival will jump into the pits, and we will initiate off this corner. We'll build a massive gap anyway, and then we should be able to hold on. He's gone to mediums, so yeah, absolutely fine on that one. We'll do a full lap of pushing, because when we look at the gap, P3, P4, hard tyres currently pushing now as well. We should just be able to go medium on the final lap. So down the straight we go. Albon about to start his final lap. Oh, a nice, a little bit tricky start, but we got through in the end. And Norris coming around now as well. Just going to come across the line. And he's pretty much bang on the tyres. So Norris P1, or even Albon P1, Norris P2. And we have got a very, very nice gap ahead of us, which is good. And we've just got to now finish the job done. So P3, P4 for HHH's bot. And we are going to be safely through 3 races with just the one to go. Both tyres running out, but Frost taking that extra tyres, race start and power unit. You can see why it's so crucial, because it helps us run the optimum tyres as well. Get in there, 47, decent bot as well, but we managed to pull through. Let's go. So, we shall find out what this rival was running. They will have a good setup for race number 3. Power unit, of course, 1460. And let's just show you. We did a 32.8, interesting lap time then from this race. We have got Norris 5, Albon 5, and the car 280 power unit, so a lot closer to what we were running. And I think we may have remained a little bit lucky. Race number 4, team score lower than ours at the notoriously difficult Japan and Suzuka. I do generally feel that this is one of the hardest circuits on the F1 Clash calendar, especially when it comes to tyre selection and tyre management. Now, we are going to probably go a little bit different here. Albon P6, which is incredible. But what I am going to do is going to go soft mediums. But I'm going to go for Frost, because I want the race start, but I want the tyres. Notoriously, these two not great on tyres. So, let's see if this pays off for us. So usually I would go for the Nazar boost, but I don't think cornering is an issue in this track for my car. And Albon, Norris, come on Norris, you need to get through. We need some early moves from Lando to keep this alive. We do not want that hard tyre to get past us. And you can see we're making it tough already to get past. But up to P7, inside line at the hairpin is a must, and we haven't got it. So P1, P7. Now we should have enough power in terms of cornering to get past this AI. We should have enough tyres with the Frost boost to just keep pushing that a little bit more. Can we get in to P5? It's the Red Bull of Checo Perez holding everybody up. But we should have the pace. I mean, I'm a bit worried. Oh my God, how are we losing out to Russell? Russell on the mediums. Have they turned up the AI for this one? Surely not. And now we still can't get past George Russell. Inside line. Oh, come on. Take the inside. Come on. We cannot overtake. Oh my God. We actually cannot overtake. This is going to be what could be quite difficult. George Russell is on medium tyres. Now we get through. But the question is, we get through when we're not even pushing. What is that all about? P2, P3 are pretty clear at the moment. They are running softs. Hopefully they go for hards. We are going to do another lap though, which is a little bit of a saviour for us. We need this inside line at the hairpin. And we don't get it again. What is Lando Norris playing at? Not gone for the inside line at that hairpin once so far. And again, we get through without pushing. Very, very strange. And then we go down the straight. So it is up to P2. We have got medium tyres coming out for everybody else, though. This is going to be painful, I feel. We are in trouble here at Japan. Because the cars are not far behind us. There they are. We're just very, very slow. We are incredibly slow. We've got a little bit of a gap. We're going to have to come back on the softs here. Norris is going to come in. He's going to lose quite a chunk of time. P3. Hopefully P3 pits. Come on. Now it's game on. Now it's game on. We'll get a good exit out of the pits. And now it's all about trying to catch up. There is P2 and P3 at the top of our screens. We are on the soft tyres. We should be able to catch, but we've only got 3 laps to do it. And we just haven't got the pace with Norris. I mean, I know we haven't took the track stat of cornering. Shouldn't really need to when we've got 40 more cornering ahead of the AI. We are catching up, though. We've got okay tyres, absolutely fine. We're going to just save up the power unit here, because we are on the back of the tails of both cars now. And we're hopefully going to get that one move on the inside of the hairpin. And there's a move. Oh, nearly a move by Norris on Leclerc already. As we go under the bridge. Finally, inside line. And we take P3. Now, Alex Albon ahead to complete the job. Let's just not panic. Don't panic. Come on. There he is. Can we push into the final corner and have a lap of ease? Not yet. Conserve down. We're going to attack when we know best to. We've overtook pretty much mostly on medium push on this circuit so far today. And now we're going to push 25%. Should see us fly under the bridge into P2. It is finally. Let's go. It looked... I mean, Norris had some weird lines in this race, but I think we're going to get away with it. Alex Albon disappeared, dropped a gear, disappeared. And then Norris is going to now come and complete the 1-2. Very nicely indeed. A little bit of a scare in race number 4 due to the bad start of Lando Norris. But we prevailed in the end for a 47. It's 188 points in qualifying. And that is exactly what we needed. Come on. Let's go. That is big. That is huge going into the weekend. No more second attempt qualifying this week. But 1-4, 3-5 for the rival. Gave us a scare, the AI and the rival. But all good in the end. Level 5 Norris, level 5 Albon for the rival. And it was good, bigger cornering setup. Just not with the qualifying though. Albon really giving us that good qualifying score to start way ahead in the field. But overall, qualifying round 1 complete. And no need to do any more qualifying rounds, we hope. Unless we get knocked out via a fastest lap. That would be pretty horrible. But it's done and dusted. 4 races done. 188 points. That is exactly what we needed. Fastest lap doesn't really matter today. So we will absolutely take this and we will move with it. But it's all good for me. And hopefully it will be all good for you as well. Let me know down below how you get on. And hopefully these strategies and boosts are going to help you qualify for the next round.